Hi everyone, my name is Mike Weil, and I run the channel TirarADeguello. I don't know if I did that right. And today is like a little different video, because what I'd like to do is get everybody caught up on a couple things that have to do with running a channel. First thing is, I got my first monetary donation from somebody. I never got a note, so if you're watching this and you know who you are, I've never gotten a donation before, and you didn't send a note or a request. If you'd like a request, or if you'd like me to put something in a video or mention your name or anything like that, please let me know. I could even add you to a character in the Dr. Andrew Michaels series. Just let me know what you want me to do. If it's just an anonymous donation, I want to thank you. That's why I'm not going to mention your name. And I want to say a couple words about this. AdSense really doesn't pay a lot for the work I do on my channel. And I don't ask for donations, but there is a PayPal button and there's a Google Wallet button on my channel that you can donate if you want to. You don't have to. And I do take requests for free, so you don't have to donate per se to my channel to get a video idea. A lot of people have gotten video ideas as a request just by being nice enough to write me a letter or a comment. And I know they're a good person, so seem to be a nice person, so I usually follow up on the ones that fit the channel at the time. So that's not a prerequisite. I don't want to do a Patreon. I don't feel comfortable with that, and I never will. And furthermore, I have one more thing I'd like to say about making money on videos or YouTube or your artwork. When I go to work for 8 hours, I have a regular job. They pay me a decent wage, about $20 an hour, plus benefits. And I'm not rich, but I do okay. When I work on these videos, sometimes I work on them for 8 to 10 hours. They're long videos. There's preparation, there's planning, there's filming, there's editing, there's upload time, people monitoring the whole process. So a video can be an 8 or 10 or 12-hour process, and I make maybe pennies sometimes off of a video. I had a video get 3,000 views and make 46 cents. That's probably the worst I had. So you need to know that. And secondly, there's a group of people out there in YouTube land, in La La Land actually, who believe that you're self-righteous or ignorant if you make money off your work. And I do have something I want to tell them. They can have all the opinions they want, but I have several YouTube channels and I pay my mortgage with it. I barely make it sometimes in a month, and my wife and I both work full-time. I have 2 kids in college. I don't want to hear about how I pay my bills as long as I'm not breaking the law. And I'll tell you why, and why their argument has no validity, and why their argument has no grounds. When the mailman stops, the postman, and he puts my electric bill or my mortgage payment book or my student loan payments for my kids, when he puts those letter notices in my mailbox, none of these people in the YouTube community that have a problem with me making money on YouTube, none of those people come up my driveway, hand me the money to pay my bills. Just so we're clear on that. So they don't get to tell me how I spend my paycheck, or my YouTube AdSense money, or my donations, or anything that's to do with my channel. If somebody wants to buy a photo of me for $10 and they send me $10, I'll sign it and I'll mail it to them. And I really don't care, because none of those people pay any of my bills. Most of them use ad blocker. Most of them know the system and how to only watch a video so much to prevent you from getting any ad revenue. And they know it. They broadcast it all over Facebook. They're proud of it. They call themselves artists. They call themselves artists, but most of them, in their careers as artistes on YouTube, use copyrighted material that other people slaved over, busted their balls on to get published and get notarized and copyrighted and to get, popular with. They have to pay publicists and an agent, all these people. But they use their copyrighted images, music, film, photographs, whatever. So they justify that as that they're an artist. It's okay to violate everybody else's copyright that's trying to earn money to pay their bills, but they're an artist and they're not going to go out there and whore themselves on YouTube for a couple of shillings. Okay. But if they saw a lottery ticket on the ground for $10, they'd bend over and pick it up, walk a mile to cash it in at the convenience store. But they won't make $100 a year on YouTube sitting here. All you have to do is push a button and have an AdSense account. No, they're not going to do that because they're artists. Okay. Now, the reason I brought all this up is I'm sick and tired of answering questions about it. People ask me about it, and I go, there's a bottom line here. I spend a lot of time doing this. I have like 6 or 7 YouTube channels. I work with my son. My son's slowly taking over all my other channels, and I'm making a go of it over here on TirarADeguello. So I'm cutting my own throat financially, trying to help my son start his own business because he's taken over the workload. And I got somebody saying they're going to screw me over. When I'm trying to help my son, I'm trying to pay our bills. My son's going to college. He's working part-time. He's working like 3 different little jobs. And you want to sit there and quibble over your art? It's just terrible. It's embarrassing, people. It really is. And I don't care if anybody gives me a dime. I've done requests for people. I've done things to help people. I don't want to hear it. But if any of you out there in YouTube La La Land community that, profess to be artists, want to jump in your Toyota or ride your bicycle over here to my house and knock on the door and hand me a wad of money to pay my electric bill, I'll listen to your bullshit. Until then, I want to make it as clear as I can on a calm, peaceful ASMR channel that you're a bunch of whoremongers. Okay? I want to make it very clear. You're a bunch of whoremongers, and you can go, literally go fuck yourselves. And a lot of you know who you are because you act like you're my friend, and then I see all the stuff you post making and mocking me and other people that are trying to make a buck to feed their family. YouTube has literally paid my mortgage for 5-6 years. My first son got his bachelor degree, and we paid, I think 1 year, $10,000 a year we were paying at the time to try and help him. And he still has student loan debt. And I need somebody to tell me how to spend my money when I'm trying to put that kind of cash together. I just had to write a loan last year for my son. I don't want to hear it. I get to have my fun. I get to have a decent car to go to work in, and I have a decent house. I have a vacation once in a while. But I also don't have to answer to anybody. And I don't want to hear about your art. Especially when 99% of these people that are guilting other YouTubers and then not doing their AdSense and not trying to make a little bit of money off their video work, 99% of these people are on disability, retirement, drawing a pension from the government for, there's something wrong with me. I got bad marbles in my brain. And, you know, they're telling you how to live your life. They're intimidating you, and they're calling themselves artists, and then they're using copyright material. Come on, people. Get over it. If a guy's a ditch digger, a mortician, a school teacher, or an engineer, or the president of a corporation, those are all, they put their pants on and they go to work and they earn an honest wage. That's what's called an honest wage. And they come home and they take care of business. So don't worry about how your neighbor makes his money down at the factory. Don't worry about your neighbor who has a white collar job versus your blue collar job. It's none of your damn business how people make their money. Now, this might surprise a lot of people, and I really don't give a shit if anybody donates to me. And I know it's wrong to come on an ASMR channel and say these things, but I've got a couple other problems I have with the ASMR community, with the YouTube community, with YouTube. And I will voice my opinion when I think it's right. I've had so many friends come to me afraid to monetize their work because they don't want to be intimidated by a little tiny group of tiny-minded individuals. Got nothing better to do than get up and check their bank accounts on the internet that the government pays for to see if their government check is in the mail, if it showed up in their bank account. While the rest of us are all out working overtime trying to pay for our kids, pay for our homes, and just trying to survive the best we can. I don't care what you think until you come here and you pay my bills. People go and they find people on Patreon. They drag them through the mud on Facebook. And they think they're funny. And it's despicable. It's shameful. It's disgusting. You go after a little girl who's autistic, making nothing on her YouTube channel. And you'll drag her through the mud with your whoremongering friends. The girl's has a disability, makes nothing on Patreon. It shows right on her page she's not making a dime. And you'll drag her through the mud. Well, that makes you a snake. And I do hate snakes. I hate bastard, whoremongering, backstabbing, two-faced snakes. Just so we're clear on that. And then another thing. One more thing. Since we're all on the same page, and the page is, I'm going to tell you what I think. All you out there, every last one of you, and I'm pointing my finger at you. I'm pointing my finger at you right there. That call yourselves part of the ASMR community. You call yourselves ASM artists. And you make money off your channel. And you play the game acting like you're all, I'm here for you, baby. Let me remind all of the viewers out there of one thing. You go to their Facebook and you see them smearing each other left and right on Facebook. You go to my page, you'll never see one thing where I smear another ASMR artist trying to help people, trying to help the community, trying to do nice things. I've never smeared one ASMR artist. I've smeared people in the YouTube community that mess with my friends, and that's the prerequisite. And I came over to the ASMR to make a fresh start and a new life for myself. And all I see is people on Facebook one way and on YouTube with their ASMR channel another. And I'm probably as hypocritical as the next, but I don't smear my fellow artist. I don't go on Facebook and go blah, 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 and drop a dime, drop names, smear people, threaten to tell stories on people. Like some of these people that I work around. And you call yourself an ASMR artist. You got a problem with some girl doing a video or some girl doing a style or something, and you smear her up and down. Look at your numbers. Look at your own numbers. I bet you you're not doing so good, so it's okay to beat her up because she's doing better than you. So you find that thistle, that little tiny thorn in her shoe, when you got this big log hanging out of your head. Big ass log. It's like sticking way out here out of your stupid head. You can't even see out of your right eye. It's so big. This log is huge. People wonder why I don't want to be in groups. People don't want to know why I don't talk to people, why I quit groups, why I don't want to talk to certain individuals. I go down the comment section of these videos mocking other ASMR artists, and I see people say that they're my friend, that they're an ASMR artist, not a viewer. They're an artist, and they're, oh yeah, put it to her, put it to them, give it to them, take it to the streets. This is not what you represent. This is not what your constituency, your viewership wants. It's shameful. It's disgusting. And it's degrading. And it's two-faced. You're on your channel going, I'm here for you. Oh, my lovelies, I'm here for you. Then you're on Facebook saying, I'm going to rat her out. I'm going to tell you about her. I'm going to tell you about him. I'm going to say this and that and the other. I'm going to smear that person to your selective little tribal audience. We see it. I see it. I've done hangouts where I badmouth people on the YouTube community that attack my friends. I'm not going to cover that up. That's hypocritical, but I don't want that anymore. I'm quitting that. And I come over here to ASMR thinking maybe things will be different. People will be kind, and people were kind to me, and people showed me grace, showed me love, showed me friendship. And then I turn around and see this. You're worse than the idiots that are in the YouTube community that tell people not to use AdSense. You're laughing at your audience. You're disrespectful to your audience. You're acting like you're high-moraled, self-righteous, and then you're turning around and shit all over your friends. Your equals, your equivalents. I consider a lot of artists out there my equal. They could be bigger than me or smaller than me. I'm not that big yet. But I got 50 million views behind me. I know how this game is played. And I don't want no part of that. I don't want no part of that evil backstabbing BS anymore. That's over. And I know there's about 50 people sitting there writing down how self-righteous I think I am. But I'm telling you as a sinner that I did all that for 5 years. I made money off the negativity of YouTube. And I can't live with it anymore. And I go to a community that is driven by helping people and doing the right thing and being pretty self-righteous about themselves, pretty pretentious about how they're here to help you. And then they turn around and their true colors come out. You can't do that. You can't. There's a special hell. There's a special hell for people who represent themselves as one thing, helping people and self-righteous and good, and I want to heal you and I want to help you. And then you turn around doing evil. You're repaying good for evil. And this isn't Christian. This is world religion. This is every religion speaks of this. There's a special hell for you. You're repaying kindness with evil. And it's ruining it. I saw some people laughing at some videos lately that parody other ASMR artists, and it's hurtful. It's an attempt to hurt people. It's not an attempt to be funny. It's an attempt to grab quick views, cheap views by being negative on YouTube. There's a lot of money and a lot of views out there you can get by being negative on YouTube. And I know, and I see it. And when you do that, you hurt people. You hurt someone. Even if you think they're ignoring you, you're hurting them. And you're hurting yourself 10 times fold. I don't want anything to do with somebody that behaves in that fashion in the ASMR community. So I'm going to start drawing the line. And I hope that if I offended somebody by saying some of these things, that they draw the line and they remove themselves from me, because they don't want to be associated with somebody that calls them out, who points a finger at them and tells them that they're two-faced, backstabbing, liars, cheats, and hate mongers. You hate somebody else's success so much you're going to parody them and hurt them and then laugh at them, and then everybody's going to jump in and go, it's not good for the community. Everybody sees that you smeared that woman or that man. The viewers see it. And I know, because I have sons that help me with research and kind of tracking things. We were kind of known for being able to do certain things on the internet back in the day, before my great conversion to being a good person doing ASMR for all of you out there. And we did a little research on some of these people that I think it's funny to, smear other artists on the internet basically as insurance policies in case something ever come up, like today, where I put my foot in my mouth calling people out for their BS. And there's threads after thread after thread out there of certain artists because they smeared other people. These are viewers. These are your audience telling you, wanting you to see that you are wrong, that you're not part of the community. You hurt people, and you should be ashamed of yourself, and you should apologize, and you should stop doing it. Now, I'm not calling for anybody to stop doing ASMR videos. There's a lot of talented people out there that are wonderful people. Wonderfully talented. I think ASMR brings out a level of talent in people that nothing on YouTube brings out. Shane Dawson will tell you anything to get his name in the news or to get his videos watched. So that's not the ASMR community. It's a positive place. It's a talent-filled place. Not everybody can do it. Some do it better than others. Some have different talents and they excel. I've heard enough. I guess what I'm saying is I've heard enough. So if you want to write to me and tell me some bullshit about somebody, just save your time, save your trouble. Just quit talking to me, because I'm no good anyway, right? I'm a confessed sinner. I'm a confessed sinner. But at least I'm willing to say I did it back in the day, and we thought it was funny, and it's not. I'm sick of it. I don't even want to do this anymore. If I got to listen to one more person try to screw over another ASM artist. And I see it everywhere. I see it in all different places. I see people, not able to move their videos to promote them, to not be able to get subscribers, people holding them back, people being negative just because they don't like them. It's shameful. And it's shameful because it's starting to come from the top now. The cracks are starting to show. And if this new movement where it's okay to smear people, because I don't like this one or I don't like that one, that's acceptable. There won't be an ASMR community. It'll just be a fetish community. And that's what they want. That's what some people want. They want to ruin it. They want to make cheap, tawdry fetish videos so they can point their finger at it and say, that's what ASMR is. It's filth. They're not out to help people. It's just peddling filth. And when you parody and tear down another artist and point a finger at them, if a person's on YouTube and they're not doing anything that violates, YouTube's very strict, believe it or not, community guidelines. You barely can show a male nipple or say certain words, certain threats. You're going to get popped. Women especially have to watch a lot of the things they do or they can get flagged immediately. They can get their ads stripped for too much adult content. It's not as bad for the guys. Guys actually have an advantage over the women when it comes to what can get flagged. But I mean, if that's what it's coming down to, we're just going to flag and pick and nitpick and everything when YouTube sees fit to leave these videos up. Then why are you judging it? Why don't you take the time to work on doing something positive and helping people on your channel, and maybe you'll find something called success. More success, more money, more success, more popularity for yourself for being a good person, because that's what drives ASMR, not this negative crap that anybody can do on YouTube. And believe me, anybody can do it. We're all capable of it. There's usually one person getting stoned, but there's a whole crowd waiting to throw rocks. So everybody's good at that. So people in the YouTube community that like throwing stones at people trying to pay their bills, you're a whoremonger. You hang around with a bunch of whores just like yourself. And those of you who are ASM artists who think it's okay to parody and tear down other ASM artists and badmouth each other on Facebook, quietly away from your audience, behind everybody's back, and you think you're funny, you're a hate monger. I don't know which one's worse. Because I think I could actually talk to the whoremongers. They understand some things, but a hate monger, that's never going to change. You're going to be like that always. If you're that unhappy with your life, then get out. Quit. And if you think telling me to quit's going to work, I've been a real jerk for a long time. I'm just trying to turn over a new leaf. Saul became a disciple. Saul hunted Christians and had them put to death. And then he became the Apostle Paul. So you gotta at least try. And I'm trying to be a good person. Now let's have some fun. How long was this? Well, this is almost a half hour of bullshit. So we know nobody's watching anymore, and everybody's already wrote down what they're going to tear me a new ass over, so we're going to have some fun now. Maybe I'll just end it here. I don't want to do this anymore. This maybe will help put everything I said into context. Boys are stupid. Throw rocks at them. That's right. And it's by Todd Harris Goldman. It's a beautiful book. It's a tiny little book. Boys are stupid. See? They are. They're stupid. And they make me want to throw up. That's a little girl, if you can't tell. Throw rocks at them. I can tell it's a little girl because she's wearing a dress. So I've been told. And he dedicates this book to his parents. It's really cool. Chapter 1, what are girls and boys? Let's see. What are girls and boys? Girls are bundles. I'm reading it backwards. Little girls are bundles of joy and gifts from heaven. And boys, that's a boy, so you can tell the difference because he's bald-headed like me. That's right. Say hello to my little friend. He's got a gun. It's a nice book for kids, isn't it? Boys pick their noses in front of 7-Eleven. So that answers, that's a girl and that's a boy, and that takes care of the whole thing there. Girls are made of sugar, spice, and everything nice, which is true. That is true. I mean, it's been scientifically proven. Girls are nice. Our boys wouldn't chase them around, I can tell you that. Boys are made of boogers, cooties, and head lice, which is also very true, even though I do not have any head lice on my bald head. I do have some dandruff, which looks like lice. It's kind of the same thing. Either way, you're not getting laid tonight with that. Girls smell sweet, like fresh cut flowers. Boys smell like duty and never take showers. See, so here's a pretty girl with flowers right here, and here's a stinky boy, and he smells really bad. That's what boys do. It's a pretty big book. Chapter 2. Not all boys are useless. Some boys have unique talents and contribute great things to society. Some can actually read picture books, of course. See, and he's reading the book, so now he knows how bad he is. Okay. Some are great chefs. I make cottage cheese by letting the milk go bad. Good. See, some boys are chefs. Bet you didn't know that. Some are great musicians. I can fart Star Spangled Banner in less than 30 seconds. Look. See? Some are great poets. Roses are red, violets are blue. Oh crap, I have gum on my shoe. Now isn't that funny? Right there. That's cool. And he's farting. Farting in an ASMR video. How self-indulgent is that? Some are great singers. I can burp the alphabet without taking a breath. Pretty cool. This guy. Some are great improvisers. Once I ran out of toilet paper and had to use my hand. Tip, never hold hands with a boy. Never. Boys are bad. That's right. They are bad, aren't they? Some make great politicians. I vote we have Twinkies and snow cones for lunch every day. or crack cocaine in America. Okay, we lied. All boys are pretty much useless. See? Girls know better. Boys are useless. Chapter 3. Boys are stupid. But it is kind of cute how dumb they are. Hee hee hee. I'm done. That's enough. I hope you have a most blessed day today, and we'll see you around. Bye-bye.